Hello, lovely year 4. Hi there. I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a lovely week. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of a spattering of powdery snow. Thankfully, the sun's come out today, so I'm a little bit warmer in my hut. Oh, what a relief. We're just going to have a bit of a quick session this week, and what you might need to help you for our first activity are the columns that I asked you to write a couple of weeks ago, where you've got the numbers 1 to 8 going up in one column and C all the way up to C again in the other column. So let me show you. I've done you a massive version on my mucky whiteboard. I can't seem to get it clean, but it should look something like that. Can you see? I'm not going to use that now because it's just going to be too awkward. But if that's what you did, brilliant. Now might be a good time to go and find it. If you didn't, now might be a good time to go and write it. Pause and do it on a bit of paper. Okay, can you see? So 8 is at the top, 1 is at the bottom, C is at the top and the bottom. Yes, and it's going C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C all the way up. Great. So if you've got that, you're going to be able to do the little warm-up that we started last week. Do you remember? We were giving the notes of the scale numbers and we were going from the bottom up, one number at a time and back again. So let's see if you can remember how it goes. This is our C, so we'll be going 1 and then 2 will be here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope you've been doing the sing-along sessions as well, because if you have, your voice will be nice and warmed up for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're going to go back down to 1, up to 2, then back down to 1. Always back down to 1. Can you remember? Try it with me. Off we go. 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How did you do? Did you manage to get it all the way through without getting your tongue in a twist? Super. Well, if you did that and you found it quite easy, now is another challenge. So using those columns that we've got, now what I want you to try and do is to replace the numbers with the letter names. So we're going to start with the C. C, C, D, C. Do you see what I mean? So we're still going to be going up and down that column, but we'll be saying the letter names instead. Let's go slowly because it might just melt your brain. Let's try it all the way through. Off we go. C, C, D, C. Now go up to E. C, D, E, D, C. Did you get that? Now up to F. C, D, E, F, E, D, C. Yes? Now G. C, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. Okay? Getting a bit more tricky. So now we're going to go up to A. So that's number 6. Off we go. C, D, E, F, G, A, G, F, E, D, C. Okay, not got in a muddle yet. Well done. So now we're going right up to B. Off we go. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And the very last one, all the way up to C and back again. C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Congratulations if you did that without any columns, because that's quite tricky. I was having to think quite hard about that, and I've been learning music for 100 years. I hope you understand why we have to only use the 7 notes of the alphabet, the 7 letters of the alphabet in that scale. Yeah, did you work it out? That we're still going 1 letter at a time, but when we get to G, we then go to A, because A is the first note, or the first letter that we use, but it's not always the first note in the scale. The scale that we've been singing is the scale of C. So it starts on a C and it ends on a C. Yes, and then you have the succession, a sequence of letters in between, but you can only use the 7 letters at the beginning of the alphabet. I hope that all makes sense. After half term, our little break, we're going to be looking a little bit more at pitch, because that's what it is that we've been looking at. Pitch. It's the highness or the lowness of sounds, of notes. Okay, so you might want to have another go at that on your own, so that you get to feel what it feels like to sing a scale, and then you can work out what the numbers are of the scale as well, because that will come in useful for the next song that we're going to do. Just singing this week, so you can put all your pens down and everything like that. You just need your voices for this one. So this is a very simple little song, or so it seems, on our space topic. We're going to do another planet this week. We're going to sing a song about Jupiter, the biggest planet of the lot. It's a very simple little song, it seems, but we're going to do lots of different things with it. So I want to just teach it to you today. Okay, so it goes like this, and I'm going to start on the same note that we had for our scale. Can you hear that? See what you notice as I go through. Off I go, Jupiter goes round and round, but in space it makes no sound. Orange, yellow, red and white, biggest planet in the night. See what I mean? Sounds very simple, doesn't it? Should we learn it? My go first. Jupiter goes round and round. You'll go, Jupiter goes round and round. Easy? My go, phrase 2. But in space it makes no sound. I'll do that one again because it's a bit more difficult. Off I go, but in space it makes no sound. You'll go, but in space it makes no sound. Okay, I'm going to put those 2 together and then it's your turn. Off I go, Jupiter goes round and round, but in space it makes no sound. You'll go, Jupiter goes round and round, but in space it makes no sound. Got it? If you haven't, go back and do it again, because it is quite important for you to really get those pitches right. Third phrase goes like this. Orange, yellow, red and white. I'll do it again because sometimes people get confused with the list of colours. Orange, yellow, red and white. Orange, yellow, red and white. Good. And then the last bit goes like this. Biggest planet in the night. I'll do it again. Biggest planet in the night. You'll go, biggest planet in the night. I'm going to do those 2 phrases together. Can you see I'm keeping my pulse? Like my heartbeat. If you want to do that too, fantastic. Here I go from orange. Orange, yellow, red and white, biggest planet in the night. You'll go orange, yellow, red and white, biggest planet in the night. I'm going from the whole thing all the way through. Here I go. Jupiter goes round and round, but in space it makes no sound. Orange, yellow, red and white, biggest planet in the night. You can try it with me. Ready, steady, off we go. Jupiter goes round and round, but in space it makes no sound. Orange, yellow, red and white, biggest planet in the night. Okay, so do you see what I mean about it? Seemingly simple, but there are a few little complicated moments, little corners that we have to turn in the middle. Shall we do a few actions for it now? I have gone and learnt the actual British Sign Language for the colours. Get me? So, the sign for orange is, you imagine that you've got a nice juicy orange in one hand, usually your right hand, but it could be your left. And when you say the word orange, give it a little squeeze. Orange. Orange. Just like that. Orange. Easy. Yes? Now yellow, you want to imagine that your left hand is making the top part of a Y, and your index finger, your pointy finger on your other hand is making the Y, can you see, like that, making the stem of the letter. That's yellow, yellow. So orange, yellow. Got it? Try it with me. Orange, yellow. Good. And then red, I don't know. I feel like this is either you've just put your lipstick on or you're taking a bright red lolly out of your mouth. So you point at your lips and then you hook your finger away like that. Red, red, red. Yeah? So orange, yellow, red. Do that with me. Orange, yellow, red. Fab. And the last one, white. I'll be honest, I can't work out where this is from. Have you ever done an OK finger like that? So not your pointy finger, your middle finger. So do that close to your top of your chest. So you point to your pointy, it's like a little deer or something. Point that at your chest. Yes. And then as you bring your hand away, you undo your fingers. You let them loose. Like that. White. I'm not sure why that's white, but there it is. White. Okay. Orange, yellow, red and white. Let's try it again. Orange, yellow, red and white. Biggest planet in the night. You could make up your own actions for the rest of the song, couldn't you? Okay, so there's our super simple song. We've got a few little hand signs that we can do with it. But I wonder whether you were really listening to what you were doing with the pitches in your voice while we were singing that. Could you hear that there were actually only 3 pitches we were using in the whole song? A low one, a middle one, and a higher one. I'm now going to show you those 3 pitches just using my hand. And if you want to do that along with me so that you can get used to those different pitches, fabulous. Off I go. Jupiter goes round and round, but in space it makes no sound. Orange, yellow, red and white, biggest planet in the night. So can you see why I needed you to be really, really precise about singing that tune properly? Because we're going to work out which pitches those are. We might know that they're high, middle and low, but we're going to give them the numbers next time I see you. So you might want to think about that in the gap, in the holiday. Try that with me now, doing the hand signs and singing it, so you are getting the feel of it and the feel of it in your voice. Last thing we do. Off we go. Jupiter goes round and round, but in space it makes no sound. Orange, yellow, red and white, biggest planet in the night. I hope that made sense for you. If you found that tricky, might be a good idea to have a little practice. Okay, so like I said, next time I see you, we're going to use that song again for a few more activities about pitch, the highness or the lowness of sounds. And for today, this is the end of our video, because I have sent Miss Brown a little grid, a little sheet, and it's got a list of all the activities that I've suggested that you could do over the last few weeks. So if you want to, and if you have time, if you're at home, I know it's a bit of a struggle sometimes. If you've got a few minutes, maybe you'd like to go through that grid and see which of those activities you have had a go at, which ones you might have missed and you might like to have a go at. Some of them are just watching things, so, you know, they might not take that much effort. And if you have done those things, I'd like you to put a little tick in the completed box. But it might be really helpful for me if you could write a little comment about what you thought of each activity. So, for instance, last week, I suggested that you make a word burst. So you made a Mars planet, and then you put the words that relate to the music or how you felt about listening to Mars all the way around the outsides. So in the comments box, you could write about whether you found that easy or difficult, or whether it was fun. Don't just put one word like good, rubbish. Put something that will help me do some really good activities next time. Okay? Excuse me. I've got a tickly cardigan, I think. Hope you're all well though. Hope you will have a lovely break. And I shall look forward to doing some more space activities with you in a couple of weeks. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Have fun. Bye.